This is going to be the LP360 tutorial on how to create your OrthoMosaic. And when you open LP360 and you click the sensor ribbon, you're going to see several options up here in the top, right up here on the top. You're going to see ortho mapping and Agisoft ortho mapping. Ortho mapping is the standard OrthoMosaic creation tool that comes with your LP360 license. The Agisoft, the Agisoft option is an additional add-on that you can purchase in addition to the standard LP360 license. And I'm going to go over each of the options. There's a couple of options inside the standard ortho mapping option, and then the workflow for using the Agisoft add-on. We'll go over the Agisoft add-on first, and then the two options in the ortho mapping standard ortho creation tool. So to use the Agisoft ortho mapping add-on, what you want to make sure that you do initially is create your surface. So once you have your ground points classified, and I've got it right here on the screen, we're going to go to Project, and then we're going to go to our export wizard. Export type is going to be surface. The input points filter is going to be our ground points. So we see them selected right there. Click OK. The next step is you're going to create your cell edge length. I've got 1/4 foot. The attribute that we're going to export is the elevation model. And our export format is going to be GeoTIFF. Click Next. And I'm going to select Cookie Cut my polygons and select my polygon or my project border. Drop down menu here. It really doesn't matter what you select. I'm just going to select name, then click Next, and then go find a location where you want to save your elevation model. So we're going to save it right there. Click OK. We're going to insert the output in the map and then finish. Click OK. You can see now we have our elevation model that's been added to the project. And then the next step, we're going to click Sensor, Agisoft Ortho Mapping. And then on this screen, we're going to select Retain Photos. So one thing to keep in mind when using this tool, all of your photos must be geocoded. So you're typically going to do this after your initial post-processing, after you create your trajectories, flight lines, and geocode your data. This will not work unless you obviously have everything already geocoded. So you can see here is our DEM right here, the elevation model we just created. And then our ortho, just going to give this a name. I'm just going to call it ortho photo. And then submit ortho mapping job. You're going to get a pop-up notification telling you that it's been successfully submitted. Just click OK, and then we will get we'll get a notification right here in our job manager. It'll be a green flashing flag to let us know that our ortho is ready. Now, if we look here in our job manager, we can see that we are getting a notification that a job has completed. So we're going to open up our job manager. And there is our Metashape orthophoto. So I'm going to highlight that guy and select complete job. Okay, we can see that our ortho has completed, and just click OK. We're going to close our job manager. And there is our Metashape orthophoto. Okay, the next workflow to create your OrthoMosaic and LP360 will be the orthomapping workflow. And the orthomapping workflow will give you an option to create the ortho from the photos or the intensity values of the points in your point cloud or the RGB data from your cameras. So we're going to click Sensor, and then we're going to click the Sensor menu, and then Orthomapping. Once your orthomapping menu comes up, you've got your input layer type. So again, you can either do it from the point cloud or the images. So we're going to go over the point cloud first. And we're going to create this from our strip adjusted or original point cloud. So I've got my strip adjusted point cloud selected right there. We're going to create the ortho from the RGB data. Now I'm going to select our points filter. Want to make sure all points are selected. I'm going to give it a name right down here at the bottom. I'm just going to call this PC Ortho Photo. And the area selection will be use basic extent. This option or this workflow will not allow the option to create the ortho from your polygon. So we can either create a custom extent, the current map extent, layer extent, or we can draw a window in the map, but we're just going to create it from the extent of the point cloud as it is here in our project. So once we have all of our selections made, we're going to click Create Ortho Photo, and it's going to begin creating your ortho from the points. Okay, we can see that the processing has completed, so we're just going to click OK. I'm going to close this, and there is our ortho. Again, it is definitely not the greatest quality, but for certain applications, it may be able to give you some data that you need if you just need a really quick turnaround in just need a really quick visual of your data set. Now, the last option you have to create your ortho photo would be through the LP or the standard LP360 ortho tool that comes with your license. So we're going to click ortho mapping. Again, that's going to be in the or under the sensor menu. Click ortho mapping. And then on the drop down menu up here for the input layer type, you're going to select photos. Select your retained photos. And then we're going to generate point cloud / ortho from images. And we're going to select generate ortho. Give it a name and select process. Once you select process, you're going to get a pop-up notification here on your window letting you know that the project has been submitted to the job manager. Just click OK. And then once the job has completed, we'll get the notification here in our job manager. Now, if we look up here in the right-hand side in our job manager, again, you will find this by clicking on the sensor ribbon menu all the way to the right. Also, you will see it up at the very top of your screen. we can see that it appears our ortho has completed. So we're just going to highlight that, click complete job. It's going to ask us where you want to continue and complete the job the steps of the ortho. You're then going to get a notification saying that the job has completed. Just click OK, and your ortho will be added to your project.